content of this program is to provide nutritional education only. This program is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician. The FDA requires us to let you know that our products are not meant to treat, prevent, diagnose, or cure any diseases. As an empowered individual, you have options available. We are honored to have one of the founding fathers of Epigenetics here to guide us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. The content of this program is to provide nutritional education only. This program is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician. The FDA requires us to let you know that our products are not meant to treat, prevent, diagnose, or cure any diseases. As an empowered individual, you have options available. We are honored to have one of the founding fathers of Epigenetics here to guide us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. The content of this program is to provide nutritional education only. This program is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician. The FDA requires us to let you know that our products are not meant to treat, prevent, diagnose, or cure any diseases. As an empowered... All right. Thank you so much, Ruth Allen Sanchez. If it wasn't for co-hosts, this whole thing would just not fall into place. But welcome everybody to Daily with Doc. My name is Becca Dukes, and I'm honored and privileged to be the hostess of this program. where we are bringing to you nutritional information from a doctor that is not an overnight show up. He has been doing this and teaching this, and not just teaching it, but he did the research that led him to be able to link over 600 different poor health conditions to nutrient deficiencies. Can you imagine? At least 9 to 10 different nutrients or different symptoms, poor health symptoms that are associated to even just one mineral. And then we've got 60 minerals that the body requires. So 60 times 10, that's 600, folks. There's over 600 different poor health conditions that are linked to nutritional deficiencies. And Dr. Wallach has just been absolutely gung-ho. He's relentless. He doesn't and hasn't wavered on the importance of these 90 essential nutrients for decades. Now, as research comes along and he's finding, okay, there's more things that are actually contributing to poor health that are being pushed as being healthy. And when he looks at the research, he looks at the data, he looks at the things that a pathologist would look at, a scientist would look at, he is bringing to us more and more information that allows us to be empowered as individuals and take control of our own health. So with that being said, Dr. Wallach, I know you've got a great topic for us. So please go ahead and share with us what it is that is on your heart and mind today. Let me get you added up here. Where did he go?
I'm here.
You're here? Well, I'm so glad that you're here.
There we are.
There you go. See, co-hosts, they help make everything happen. So thank you so much, Ruth Ellen, for grabbing that. Dr. Wallach, we do a lot of talking. And there's a lot of times that we are communicating with people through private consultations, through public questions. And they talk about, or they think that it's okay for different symptoms to be occurring because of their age. Is that true?
No, age does not cause any disease. Okay, and of course, that's one of the fallacies of the medical profession. Oh, you're getting white hair because you're getting older. You got to expect that. Oh, you have arthritis because you're getting older. You have to expect that. You're getting high blood pressure because you're getting older. You have to expect that. You're getting diabetes because you have high blood pressure and other things. So you might expect the diabetes thing to pop on. None of that's true. All of those are nutritional deficiency diseases. You heard me, they're all nutritional deficiency diseases. When a doctor starts talking to you about them being a genetic disease and your whole family is going to have it and blah, 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 that's when you have to say, okay, I'm going to excuse myself. Please cancel all my further appointments because you and I are done because you know nothing about disease if you're saying those things, which is, I can take them to court if they want, okay, because I'll beat them every time, okay. There's some great stuff coming out here in the near future. I'm so excited about this. I just have to bite my tongue so I don't tell you about it too soon. Okay, but what I want to do is talk about some of the common things that afflict everybody. Because let's just look at bones. Bones are not poured concrete. Bones are living things. Okay, and depending on what you eat and what you don't eat, bones come and go. Okay, and so if your bones are going away when you're a kid, the odds are you're eating oatmeal for breakfast or Wheaties for breakfast or Cheerios for breakfast or pancakes or waffles, wheat noodles for lunch, pizza crust made from gluten, wheat and that kind of stuff. It's one of those things where you have to appreciate all these diseases. And of course, the medical system, they're sitting back in their chair and insurance pays for their treatments, surgery and drugs. Insurance pays for their treatment, surgery and drugs. And people are happy. Oh my gosh, my pain I had for years went away when they gave me those new drugs. I'm the first one in the state to get it. Yeah, you believe that, right? Okay. Let's start out with some very common stuff, like arthritis and osteoporosis. Each year in America alone, the medical system in America makes $626.8 billion just to treat arthritis, which is osteoporosis of the joints. They get paid $2.3 trillion with a T for treating osteoporosis. So the two together is $3 trillion we're spending each year in America just to treat the symptoms of arthritis and osteoporosis. And it all goes into the doctor's pockets. $3 trillion. Wars don't cost that much. Okay. And then there's diabetes. Diabetes is not a genetic disease. Diabetes is a very simple nutritional deficiency disease. And so we spend $342 billion a year just to treat the symptoms of diabetes. And we're not even talking about some of the spin-off stuff that happens when you have chronic diabetes. You have all these other secondary issues that go along with it. Okay. And 342 billion. So if you have arthritis and diabetes, you're spending $1 trillion in America, right? Just to pay for treating the symptoms of diabetes and arthritis. And then another one of my favorites is obesity. We're spending $260 billion a year for obesity, $260 billion a year for obesity. And we're spending only $131 billion a year for treating high blood pressure. Okay, asthma in kids, under the age of 6 years, we're spending $80 billion a year to treat the asthma in kids. Very simple nutritional deficiencies. Kidney dialysis, $24 billion a year. Okay, very simple nutritional deficiencies. So what do? The first thing you do is, you get a hold of the book, The Wallach Revolution, 75 years track record of dealing with these various diseases and how to deal with them. Some of the major discoveries are in here, 75 years, and some very famous people. Thank you, Becca. Some very famous people, of course, are dealing with this and telling their stories, their personal stories. And we're talking about 88-year-old. Let's see here. The guy is 88 years old, okay, and he is Pat Boone, 88 years old, 25, I think it's like 25 songs, or maybe it's 20 songs over, 25 million sold or whatever. This guy's amazing. But he had arthritis, which was a double knee replacement. We rebuilt him and quickly, and he started telling other people, and he helped Andy Young, who was the ambassador of the United Nations for the United States and also the mayor of Atlanta. He helped him get rid of his arthritis, so he didn't have to have a double knee replacement. And then Danny Glover, famous actor and comedian, okay, he had all kinds of severe things going on with his knees and his hips, but he also had seizures. And so he got on our program. We got rid of his seizures and we rebuilt all his bones and everything. Remember, bones are not poured concrete, they're living things. And so, if you get 10 of those books, or 10 of any of my title books, so you get a nice discount. So that's the Wallach Revolution, 75-year track record. And all these people, famous people, are jumping in because we helped them and didn't charge them anything. Now that freaks them out. We didn't charge them anything. They could pay for it. Okay, now they paid for the products, but they didn't pay for my services. We did it all for free. So I do the same thing for you. I don't charge you for my services. I don't send you a bill like a doctor would do. Okay. And then we have Epigenetics, which is the summary of my thesis, which is in the Smithsonian Institute of National Treasure. Thank you. And that's a picture of me in 1976 when I discovered the first non-human cases of cystic fibrosis in space monkeys at Yerkes Primate Center in Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia. And I got fired because they said it wasn't a genetic thing. It was easily reproduced. We could have a colony of monkeys with this. We could create a research animals with it, and they fired me. So that's when I went back to school and became a physician. So let's look at some of this stuff. The first thing you need to do when you have a diagnosis of these diseases, okay, we're talking about arthritis, diabetes, heart disease, osteoporosis, high blood pressure, diabetes. The first thing you have to do is get rid of all the bad stuff. Now, if you're taking all these nutrients, you're not going to get those diseases. I've never had any of these diseases. In 2 months, I'll be 84 years old. I have never had any of these diseases. Okay, I can take on anybody my size and weight, okay, no matter how old they are, because, I feel like I did when I was in my 30s. Okay, so let's start out with arthritis and osteoporosis, very common. We spend more money on treating arthritis and osteoporosis symptoms than any other disease, several of them combined. And so you need to get rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no butter, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet one's got to go. And the carbonated water needs to go so you can absorb minerals and digest food. You need to make stomach acid. So you need to take our either seasoned salt from Australia or our salt from the Himalayan mountains or Himalayan salt. That's in now again. Oh my gosh, it's flying out the door. Okay, it has 28 minerals in it. And it's really a great, great thing. It help you digest food and absorb food, and all your cells in your body work. Okay. And of course, your stomach makes stomach acid and it requires sodium chloride, salt. Any doctor who tells you to not take salt because you might get high blood pressure, again, find a new doctor, because that doctor is killing people if he's telling you to get away from salt, because salt is an essential nutrient. That'd be like saying, I know you have pneumonia, but you need to stay away from oxygen. No breathing anymore, please. Okay, that's how stupid that is. Okay, so, and again, osteoporosis is 2.3 trillion, and together with arthritis, it's $3 trillion we're spending. Very simple. You take the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. You take the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, 1 per 100 pounds of body weight. You throw in the MSM to help rebuild cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone, rakes, bone itself, including the skull. And then you throw in the collagen peptides, 2 canisters a month for an average size adult, scoop with morning breakfast, scoop with evening breakfast. And then I would also, let's see here, throw in the vitamin D3, because most people don't sit out in the sun for 3 hours a day and get the sunshine. Okay, so you need vitamin D3 to absorb all the minerals in the right place. Then let's jump on diabetes. Diabetes in America, let me tell you, there's 96 million pre-diabetics in America. 96 million pre-diabetics in America. This is just a money trail pouring into the doctor's pockets. Type 2 diabetes makes up 98 to 99% of all the diabetes we have. Okay, type 1 diabetes is not a genetic thing. Mom is missing stuff when the pancreas is being formed in the embryo, and they don't get enough of the beta cells to make insulin, and baby's born with very low insulin, not because of a genetic thing, but because the mother was deficient during early pregnancy. Okay, but they do have to take some insulin. All right, but some insulin, but they still should be taking the 90 essential nutrients, including the healthy blood sugar pack. Okay, which has the sweeties in it, according to body weight. Does it tell you on the label, according to body weight? And don't cold turkey off your medication for diabetes, but as the blood sugar drops, you can slowly reduce the medication so that within weeks or months or so, you'll be an ex-diabetic. Type 2 diabetes, 98% of them, is very simple nutritional deficiency. We spend $342 billion a year just treating type 2 diabetes. Terrible. That doesn't count all the side effects and all the other stuff that goes on, secondary effects due to diabetes. Okay, let's look at obesity. Obesity is caused by mineral deficiencies, causing people to have a behavior called pica, and you eat and you eat and you eat, trying to find whatever it is you're missing. And that's why people get overweight. So you take our, let's see, our keto shake, 1 meal per day. It's not an add-on, it's a meal replacer. Okay, it doesn't have to be the same meal every day. It comes in strawberry and chocolate, so you can change it around a little bit so you're not getting the same flavor every day. And then you need to be taking, I'd go ahead and take the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, 1 per 100 pounds of body weight. And, if you weigh 110 pounds, you divide it half and half. You weigh 150 pounds or more, you take a full dose of breakfast, full dose of dinner time. And then you also want to take our Rebounder sports drink, okay, which has 75 minerals and 25 vitamins, amino acids in it. Red Bull has only 1 mineral in it, magnesium. We have 75 minerals. In my math from Missouri, 75 is more than 1. Okay, and then high blood pressure and dialysis. Well, dialysis, when you're not urinating, your blood pressure is going up, that kind of stuff. The doctors put you on dialysis, and they're waiting for somebody to die so they can get a kidney for a kidney transplant, right? Well, guess what? While you're waiting, remember, you're getting off all the bad foods. That's everybody's got to do that. And then you take 2 Healthy Brain Heart Packs a month. We already said that. and you're going to take the two bottles of MSMs, and take three times a day. And then I want you to get 2 bottles a month or Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. That's 3 words. Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. Don't get off your high blood pressure medication, but as the blood pressure begins to drop, because you're supposed to test yourself every day, as the blood pressure begins to drop, you can slowly reduce the medication based on the numbers. Usually within weeks, the high blood pressure medicine is gone. You're not a high blood pressure patient anymore. Asthma in kids is a very simple little nutritional deficiency of the essential fatty acids. You get them, depending on how little they are, you can get them on the kid's toddy. You can get them on the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. Don't forget, if they're playing sports, don't forget the rebound. And then when you give them the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, they're getting the essential fatty acids. Okay. If you're going to give them, if they're little kids, you're going to give them the kids' toddy. I'd also add 3 of the EFAs a day, maybe 1 of the EFAs at dinner time, and at breakfast 1 EFA plus. Okay, and that will give them what they need, and usually the asthma disappears in days. Okay, kidney dialysis again, Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Kidney starts functioning, dialysis stops. I have people who haven't urinated in 10 years. They're on dialysis 6 days a week for 10 years. They're on dialysis 3 days a week for 25 years before that. They couldn't get a kidney, so they just kept them on dialysis. Well, we got them on our program, and in 2 weeks' time, they're urinating. So they dropped them down to dialysis 3 days a week, and in 2 more weeks, they're totally off of dialysis. And they never had to have dialysis again because they're taking their nutrients and everything's happy. So with that said, I want to make sure that everybody knows about this. We've covered a lot of stuff very fast here. Okay. And all this, of course, is in the books, like the Wallach Revolution, Epigenetics, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, Hell's Kitchen, and we're also looking at It's All in Your Head. There's 37 different diseases you get just in that book. It's all in your head, and I know I'm saying a lot faster, and Rebecca's trying to keep up there. Hell's Kitchen goes from the transition from wood and coal as fuel to electricity, and we're getting our nutritional minerals from wood ashes and coal ashes and put in our gardens and also put in our food. And when we went to electricity, suddenly now our source of nutritional minerals that we had been getting for thousands and thousands and thousands of years went away. We no longer had access to minerals in our food. And doctors didn't pay any attention to it. Oh, just eat well, you're going to get everything you need. Well, 1936, U.S. Senate document 264, U.S. Senate came out and said, we have a problem here. U.S. Senate document 264, 1936, we no longer have sufficient amounts of nutritional minerals in our farm soils to support healthy human longevity. Now, do you think medical doctors paid attention to that? No. Did your doctor send you an emergency notice, a postcard, anything, a phone call? Did he tell you to come in because he was going to give a lecture to 25 people and he wanted you to be one of the 25 people because you were going to him for a long time? No. He probably never said anything to you about that. There was no longer nutritional minerals in our food because we gave up the wood ashes and coal ashes when we went to electricity. Electricity was good for industry. Electricity was good for manufacturing. But electricity and its side effects has killed more people than all the wars that humanity has had since the beginning of recorded time. So what you think about that one? Okay. With that said, I think I've covered what I want to cover. I may have missed one or so, but I think I covered most of them. We have programs for each of these diseases that are extremely common, but they're not genetic, they're not autoimmune, they're simple nutritional deficiencies. And it's not unusual for people to have high blood pressure, arthritis, diabetes. They'll start getting Alzheimer's disease, which is also a nutritional deficiency of, you're not going to understand this one. Alzheimer's disease is a deficiency of cholesterol. So that's why we have, we have the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, but we also have I-26, says right on the label, gives you 25% of your daily requirement of cholesterol. You do need to eat 3 eggs as an adult, 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks, not hard boiled, not fried. And get these kids to be eating soft scrambled eggs and butter when they're little. Okay. And give them, we have the chewables that are vanilla. They're very pleasant. Little kids love them. The chewables of the I-26. I take a couple of those at lunchtime. And so it's one of those things where you can prevent all this stuff. All this stuff like, let's see here, Bruce Willis. You know, he has this FTD, frontal temporal dementia, which is kind of a weird Alzheimer's disease, which just affects the front of the brain, the side of the brain, but the back of the brain's okay. That's because I guarantee you, I didn't look at his records, but I guarantee you he was taking a statin drug to lower cholesterol. I guarantee he was on a cholesterol restricted diet because he may have had some blocked arteries in his heart. And the doctors were trying to tell him, hey, you got to get rid of all that cholesterol out of your diet and we can maybe prevent having to do a heart transplant or something. And he really hit it hard. And then he got all the cholesterol in his brain went away. That's why he's got FTD. It's not a genetic disease, not an autoimmune disease. Okay, it's a nutritional deficiency of cholesterol. Okay.
Well, you mentioned that little kids love the vanilla chewables, and I'm going to accept that because I'm one of them.
Yeah,
52
pleasant.
years old. Yes, I am a little kid that loves the I-26, the French vanilla chewables. So they are tasty. I don't take them at the same time that I eat my eggs. I have at least an hour from the time before or after I take the eggs, because there's antibodies in our I-26 hyperimmune. And then there's antibodies also in the egg. Well, I know that they fight. That's right. Because the egg itself is like super fortified from the chickens in the I-26.
Defending the embryo.
And there's a lot of care that's taken into those animals as they're providing the nutrition in the eggs that are then made into the hyperimmune. So there's a lot of research on that. And you can go to dailywithdoc.com, look up I-26. You'll find some more information about that product as well. Now, Dr. Wallach, all of these conditions that you mentioned that are quote unquote due to old age that people just accept, they don't need to accept it.
Right. See, I'm going to be 84 in 2 months, and I don't have any of those because I've been taking these things since I was 9 years old.
And I had many of them, but I don't now because I started listening to you. I know you asked me earlier in a conversation when we were with a client, how many doctors did I used to go to? I mean, I was seeing 4 and 5 doctors a week. And then you asked me, how many do you see now? I said, just one. At least 5 days a week as well, but it's just one, and it's you.
Oh,
so
look at that. My good fortune.
I think it was a great exchange, Dr. Wallach. It took many, many years of pain and discomfort to get here. But folks, once I found it, I'm never going back.
Well, that's why you're such a good missionary. You're such a good missionary because you went through all the bad stuff that many families go through, and you found a way to get on the right path and eliminate all those problems. And so you are speaking with personal experience.
Oh, most definitely personal experience. And now you just can't shut me up, Doc. And we have lots of people with hands up today. So we are going to definitely get to some questions. Thank you so much for that introduction, Dr. Wallach, and providing information that is a fallacy when it comes to old age.
Yeah,
so
it's a blessing for people to hear this, and they can take it to their family and their friends and their workmates and their church mates, and we can save humanity. We can save the world, but we need an army to do this. I said this many, many years ago. We need an army, and that's why I chose the path that I did, because I couldn't do it all myself. And you were a 5-star general in the Army, so I'm very, very proud of you.
Well, thank you so much. So if I'm a 5-star general, what does that make you?
I'm sorry?
A 10-star. Yes, Ruth Ellen. Ruth Ellen says you're a 10-star, Doc. So I'll take it. I just want to remind everybody that if you are on live with us and you would like to ask Dr. Wallach a question, go ahead and go to that Zoom menu, look for reactions, and raise your hand. And we were just talking about old age.
Mhm.
I love the fact that more and more younger people are waking up, Dr. Wallach. And that includes the person with his hand up right now, or the first person with his hand up. And Farhan, welcome to Daily with Doc. What question do you have for Dr. Wallach today?
Hey, Rebecca. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I do have a question before that. Yeah, I started learning about Dr. Wallach in this message 10 years ago when I was about 18. And it was
Wow.
crazy because all throughout high school, I was overweight and had a weight issue, complex about that, kind of just dealt with it. Then I learned about Dr. Wallach and Beyond Tangy Tangerine and what it did for someone. A guy named was Aaron Dykes. And he lost, I used to see him when he was huge, very big, overly weight, very large. He said he took minerals and then he lost all the weight. So I saw the before and the afters. And then I said, okay, seems legit. I'll trust it. I'll just take it, right? As I think people used to do back in the day. A lot of skeptics nowadays. But so I took the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and that's it out of the 90, and I lost all the weight. Just one day when I went to college, I was 18, right? So 19, 20, I went to college and I just noticed one day that I lost all the weight and I was like skinny. I couldn't believe myself. So it's pretty amazing. It's been 10 years since that. And people say it's all in your head. But if this is a placebo, hey, great. It lasted 10 years while other people are yo-yoing and going backwards every couple of months and using all their willpower to lose the weight and gain it back. And they give up and it's been 10 years, right? So I don't know. People say testimonies, this and that, but it's pretty amazing.
Well, I appreciate your story and
So
appreciate you sharing this story because when you have a weight problem, that's a red warning light, like on the dashboard of your car. Being overweight is not actually, it's the result of the problem, okay? And
right.
because you're missing the nutrients and you're looking for food, your body's telling you, look, you're not getting everything you need. Look. And people are looking by eating, and they'll eat 5, 8, 10 meals a day with snacking in between and all that kind of stuff. And that's why they gain the weight. You take your nutrients, suddenly now you don't have that behavior, which is called pica. You can look it up in any dictionary, P-I-C-A, pica. And in horses, they call it cribbing, when they chew on the top rail or their stall or the fence. Babies in cribs, when they're missing stuff because the mother, maybe they're nursing on the mother, and the mother's, eating gluten and not taking proper supplements, and so it doesn't have everything in the milk. So the baby starts chewing on the crib rail, so they call it cribbing. That's where that term came from, cribbing.
Yeah. No, it's amazing because I had the same thing. I would eat dinner and then I would just crave eating chips afterwards. And there was no one to stop me. And if there was, well, I just go myself. I didn't need someone to take me. I'd always buy a bag of chips every day. Once I started taking just the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Mind you, I was eating gluten as well, so I don't know about my absorption or whatever at the time, 18 years old. I took the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the hunger was gone. Like, as you say, and as other people say, so it's kind of strange when I see people and they're, they could really benefit from losing weight. It would change their life, like it changed mine. But they are so apprehensive and they'll deny. It's very strange because you could just take it. You don't have to believe me. Like you say, give it 90 days, and if it changes your life, then it changes your life. You should abandon your old position and just yeah, join the ride or whatever, or go.
Yeah,
It's very strange.
I can't thank you enough. It's it's Farben, right?
Yeah, Farhan. That's right.
Oh, Farhan, okay.
Yeah.
And the first thing that people say when I say, we can help you lose that weight if you really want to do it, if you're prepared to put in a little effort. And they say, well, tell me what it is. I'll ask my doctor. Well, the doctor's got the one that got you in trouble. Why would you ask them?
It was so easy though, just Beyond Tangy Tangerine. I don't even know how consistently I was using it. Honestly, I don't know if I was drinking it every day, to be honest, thinking back. But I've noticed every time I get off the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the hunger comes back irrationally, right? I think about it in my head. It's kind of like you're kind of high or whatever. Like there's this feeling like I want it, I see the things already in your house,
Yeah,
let's
well,
say, and you want it.
Beyond Tangy Tangerine has 75 minerals in it. And it's the minerals you're taking in that stop that cribbing, that stop the appetite.
No doubt. And it's very apparent. You just take it and you'll find out. It's nothing it's so weird to meet people that deny because Just try it. This could change your life. This could change your family's life. Why are you denying them by rejecting this information? You could never come across this again and live
And
miserably. It's
you'll
very
save a lot
strange.
of money. You'll save a lot of money just by getting off the bad foods. Bad foods
Of
tend to be
course,
expensive.
there's only benefits. It's vitamins and minerals. Doesn't even claim weight loss. So when I tell you, I can believe you're skeptical, but like Rebecca said today, that this is you didn't just recently pop up. You know, with the advent of YouTube and I guess money on YouTube, you know, everyone's a doctor, which is true, but they're all giving their take. And so this is Dr. Wallach's take, but it's been there for many years, documented in spades, which blows everyone
We
away.
spend
So
we spend $260 billion a year just treating obesity symptoms, not preventing it or curing it. We spend $260 billion a year. Where does that $260 billion go? It goes into your doctor's pocket.
no doubt, it's apparent. It's something you can't deny in 2023, which is amazing. So a lot of negative things happen, but a lot of good things too, where it's hard to deny. If you're a denier at this point, it's a you problem. But it's such a destructive you problem that you're going to hurt others by denying this message and maybe saying, you know, Dr. Wallace is a liar, Farhan's a liar, his story is not real, Theo Ratliff's a liar. He
Yeah.
didn't continue to play in the NBA and make, like you say, millions of dollars. He either did or he didn't. This is it. This is now you got to face that yourself, and that's kind of a mental problem that people need to get over. It's hard, but that's life. Life sucks because of that. Anyways, Dr. Wall, I don't want to take your time too much. I really
Thank
want to
you.
ask
Well,
this
we
question because my
appreciate you.
family is in
We
terrible
appreciate you
condition.
sharing your story, Farhan.
That's
Okay.
no problem.
We really appreciate you sharing the story. Your words, how old are you now?
I'm 28, almost 29.
Okay. Well, 28 years old, 29 years old, you know more than most doctors. And so I'm very appreciative of you sharing your experience, your personal experience, and your message has gotten out to at least thousands, maybe millions of people before you even stop talking.
No doubt. There's a lot of people that deny me and say that I'm wrong and Dr. Wallach's wrong on selenium. Look, the FDA said it didn't work. But then I say, wait, what about this research that Dr. Wallach did? And Dr. Gerhard Strasser, look, he committed his life to it. Why don't you listen to their stories? They won't. They deny. But it's easier to expose these people now in 2023. Unfortunately, we have to talk this way, but why are you denying it? The information's there. You say I'm wrong, and you'll bring evidence to prove I'm wrong, but you didn't look at all at Dr. Wallach or the information that was here for years. And so why would you want to deny it anyways? This could change your life and your loved one's life. Even if you didn't care about yourself, because people really don't care about themselves nowadays, at least your family's life or your pet. People love their pets more than themselves and humans. This could save your pet. So why would you want to deny? Why would you want to say it's not true or something? It's kind of weird. But people maybe need that perspective now. But yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, sir. We appreciate this, and keep up the good work. And let's do some conference calls with you and some of your friends and associates and things. Let's get that message out there.
Yeah, that'd be
He also
awesome
has a
because I
question.
am going to graduate as a health coach soon, hopefully. That'd be nice.
Yes, you are, Farhan. And so did you have a question as well?
Yeah, really quick. So I have a relative who is about 60 years old. They weigh 170 pounds. They're about 5'5" tall. They have hyperthyroid. Their doctor says they have high cholesterol. They have some emotional problems, let's say. She does, it's a female. She wakes up to go to she wakes up to go to the bathroom uncontrollably sometimes, so she just goes. She has to wear a diaper. She also had a stroke in the past, so she's paralyzed from the right side. So I'm wondering, she really wants to hopefully get better from at least the paralysis, of course, right? Is there anything you could do for her, Dr. Wallach?
Okay, yes. The first thing is she has osteoporosis of the skull. That's why she's getting up 3, 4, 5, 10 times a night to urinate. Okay, the skull is squeezing the spinal cord. The spinal cord is telling the urinary bladder to urinate. She doesn't have a prostate gland, so we don't need to do a prostate biopsy because girls don't have prostate glands. Okay, and women have more of this issue than men do, and so doctors freak out because they don't get to make any money on a woman who gets up 8 times a night to take a pee, right? Now, if it was a man,
Yeah.
right away they'd schedule him for a prostate biopsy. Okay, but
Yeah.
it's one of those things where it's osteoporosis of the skull, and so also let's see here, she's 5'4".
You know, she claims to be 5'5", but yeah, I would say
Okay.
5'4". I don't know.
Okay, 5'5", 170 pounds. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So I'd have her take 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, a full dose of everything twice a day. We also want her to have the MSM, 2 bottles a month. So you can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner. That's going to help her rebuild the skull. I want her to have the Synaptive, 2 bottles a month. So you can take 3 of those twice a day. So the brain cells will talk to each other. I want her to have our Ocean's Gold, 3 of those twice a day. Our Fucoid Z, 3 of those twice a day. And they're from 2 different oceans, but they both have 8 or 9 different seaweeds in them. Okay, getting all those minerals that make the thyroid happy. And then we have the seasoned salt from Australia, and we have the Himalayan salt, which is back in now. I want her to heavily salt her food. Now, my first scientific paper I wrote was a mass die-off of 500 because of a thyroid issue. Okay, they died in one night, 500.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, okay, and it was sheep, but they've been getting nitrates, which you can get in bacon and ham and bologna and salami and hot dogs and stuff like that. They're getting nitrates from a fertilizer in the neighboring farms, and the temperature dropped to 16 and they all died of hypothermia. They were perfectly normal the day before. They were 6 months old. They were ready to be sheared after Christmas, and after the New Year's, they were going to go to slaughter. And that night, the temperature dropped from 45 down to 16. They all died of hypothermia. I wrote that up, got it published in a veterinary journal. And when I was in Africa working on the White Rhino Conservation Project, Marlon Perkins, the old Mutual Omaha Kingdom show, and Barry Commoner, the head of the Department of Biology at Washington University in St. Louis, got a $25 million grant from NIH with that paper. I came back, they made me the pathologist on the project, and that's how it all started. Okay, so we're very, very familiar with this. And please, please, please share as much of this information as you can with your friends. Some will buy into it and take action and get the benefit, and some will just laugh and say, "Got to ask my doctors first." And everybody makes their choices. You know, everybody doesn't believe in God. Everybody doesn't believe in nutrition. Everybody doesn't believe in everything. And so it's one of those things where people make their choices and they pay the price. So thank you. And I think I answered your question. Okay. With the Ocean's Gold. Let's see here, Fucoid Z, Z Radical, the 90 essential nutrients, MSM, and get rid of all the bad foods so they can absorb all that stuff. Okay.
Mashallah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. I'm sorry to take everyone's time. I just have so many questions. Everyone's sick in my family, and it's at that place where they might go. So it's either you take the supplements now or you're going to go just like those people just recently went.
Okay,
So
well, God
who do you
bless
want?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you, and we look forward to you continuing to help other people because, you know, you earn an income from us as you help other people. We send you a check every month. It's one of those things. So you're going to be rewarded for what you do. Thank you.
It's a no-brainer. This is amazing. Thank you, Dr. Wallach.
God bless
and everyone.
You too.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on. I look forward to hearing some great testimonies from you as well, from your family. Let's next go to Paul. Paul, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hi there, Doc Wallach. How are you doing today?
Okay, Paul, how can we help you, sir?
I've been taking your products a lot for the last almost close to 10 years now, almost 11 years, and I could not believe how great they are. They've actually given me, I've lost almost 40, 50 pounds in the last almost decade or so, because I'm actually now a carrier. Hey, thanks so much. But my questions, it's a two-parter. The first part is going to be because I'm a postal carrier working with the U.S. Postal Service. This is for two of my coworkers. Number one, his name is Johnny, and I've been basically helping him out so much regarding, taking your products. He's been taking the Tangy Tangerine 2.0. He's been also taking the selenium, and he's also been taking the the Flora FX and the Ultimate Daily enzymes or Ultimate Enzymes. So basically, he's been having a lot of stomach issues. He's been having a lot of digestive problems. I've been telling him, don't eat gluten, but he's been, it's been so hard for him to stop because his wife his wife's basically been, telling him not to, telling him, oh, don't listen to that dog. He's like, no, I don't believe that at all. But the question is that what other products are besides the 4FX and the ultimate enzymes can he take from my friend Johnny?
Well, it's a little more complicated than that, but you do have to keep working on him to get off of the gluten. No wheat, butter, rye, and oats, no fried foods, no buckwheat, all that's got to go. And here's where the books and the CDs come in. You can ask his wife if she wants to come on and ask a question. Costs nothing, it's toll free. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure, exactly.
So
because
she can answer your question, but he's going to have to, just not eat what she's providing and start cooking his own food or something like that. Otherwise, he's going to die 25 years early.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, his wife has basically been giving him a lot because he's Mexican. He eats a lot of like flour tortillas. He's been eating pizza, hamburgers, and all that
I
stuff.
had pizza for breakfast with my 3 eggs, but my pizza, the crust, was made out of beans. There's all
Really?
kinds of gluten-free pizzas on the market. You can go to any pizza store and say, I don't want the gluten-free pizza. And they have 3 or 4 different types of gluten-free pizza.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. And so because people stopped eating pizza because of the wheat, the bread part of the pizza, the pizza. And so the same thing with pancakes and waffles. And I always tell people, eat like an Asian, eat rice and beans and sweet potatoes and that kind of stuff. And you can eat pizza. I had pizza and eggs for breakfast.
Oh yeah, yeah. I eat pizza too, but it's mostly the cauliflower crust that they.
Well, the cauliflower, cauliflower means that the crust is made from cauliflower. There's no gluten in cauliflower. That's safe.
Of course, it is safe. It's actually much more tastier than regular pizza with the gluten. It's just the consistency. The consistency is basically almost the same as regular pizza. But
okay, we need to move on to the second one.
Oh, sorry about that. So on the second question, I think my friend Cheyenne, I think she called you one time on your old radio show back in early November. She has prediabetes and basically wants to know what other products she can take, because right now I believe she is taking Sweeties.
Okay.
And I think it's like two times or 3 times a day, I think. And she also, I've told her eat like lots of like soft scrambled eggs. But if there's like any other
she needs to get rid of the gluten so she can absorb the nutrients. Okay. No wheat, brown, rye, and oats. Eat cauliflower. Eat cauliflower pizza.
I know. It's really delicious.
Yep, very delicious. And then she needs to have rice, sweet potatoes, that kind of stuff, and the Sweeties is perfect. It has the nutrients that are necessary to prevent and reverse type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes, which makes up 98 to 99, depending on the community, 98 to 99% of the diabetic population, is totally 100% a nutritional deficiency. There are no genetics involved. There's no autoimmunity involved. Your body's not going to attack it itself. And there's no, even if everybody in your family's got diabetes, because they're all eating the same way. Okay.
Of course.
Yeah. And so if they're all eating the same way and they live in the same place, and nutritional minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth, they occur in veins like gold and silver. And so what if you live in a place where there's none of those nutrients? Plants do not make minerals. Plants make vitamins, amino acids, and fatty acids, but plants do not make minerals. You're dependent on what may be or may not be in the soil. And so the only way you can cover the blank spots is to supplement and take all 90 essential nutrients. Then you're getting it all, no matter where you live.
Of course. I mean, that's what I've been already emphasizing that almost every day, but I'm just making sure that they get that in their head. And I wanted them to, I'm dead serious, because I mean, sometimes I get the feeling that they're not taking me very seriously, but I wanted to be sure that I
you can be an angel. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't take God's advice, and so you shouldn't feel too bad if they all don't take your advice. I mean, they do the same thing to me. They say, well, I got to ask my doctor. I said, well, you're not going to get the right information by doing that. But you know, it's a free country, do what you want. But I've done my job. I've given you the information, and I didn't charge you anything for it. Let's see how much your doctor charges you for the misinformation.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, you know, a big difference. This makes a big difference for sure.
Okay, well, God bless. I think we've answered all the questions there for you, Paul. Thank you so much. And keep in contact, because it's great to hear nice young people like yourself with a good story. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to be turning 40 this August. So basically, I've been doing this for almost the last decade. So I'm really, you know, appreciate it.
Been doing this for what,
really
10 years?
Almost 10, going close to on 11.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you don't look like you're how old?
Well, right now I'm 39, but I'm going to be 40
Yeah,
this August.
you look like you're a teenager. Do people tell
I know
you that?
that for a fact. Yeah.
Do people tell you that?
Well, they think that I'm like a young 20-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You look like you're 18 to 20 years old. So that's great. That's a good say, look, Marjorie, I'm 40 years old, but I look like I'm 20.
Wow.
You're growing older every day. You want to look younger and younger every day as opposed to older and older every day. Do what I'm doing. And she'll listen then.
Of course, definitely. And Becca, you do a great job with this Zoom call. I mean, this has filled a lot of the void that has been left by the radio show. And I hope you continue on the great work and keep up at it with Doc, because he's #1 and he's my favorite. And I really appreciate you, Doc.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you and all the work you're doing, because it's a beautiful story. And of course, Rebecca's a 5-star general in the Army. And if you kind of, you know, grow your own business with longevity, won't take long. You can be a health coach. You can, you know, you should talk to Paul about this health coach thing. Okay.
Oh, definitely, for sure. I've been like, you know, been like a mentor for them, and basically they take my advice to questions on. I'll be
so let's get you to be a health coach, and so you get a certificate, and it'll blow people's mind.
Oh, definitely, for sure, Doc.
Okay, God bless you, sir, and thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you so much, Paul. Well, Dr. Wallach, there's so many people that, you know, we're able to reach, and they're all, it's like new people coming out. He's been doing this longer than I have and helping people. I think that's absolutely fabulous. And he's like, what, 12 years younger than I? That's awesome.
He looks like he's 18 to 20 years old, and he's 40. Is that crazy?
I was thinking 25, not 18. Come on now. But yes, I think it's great. It's great. I mean, I've been told by several people they don't believe that I'm 50, 52.
No, you look like you're 30.
I don't feel it.
You look like you're 30.
So, well, thank you, Dr. Wallach. So I've got a hand or a question here in the comments. Let's see if we can get to it really quick. Okay. So just a mom says, my son, 14 years old, has an anaphylactic allergy to tree nuts, diagnosed by an MD at the age of 22.
What is trema?
Tree nuts.
Oh, tree nuts. Okay, I didn't.
Tree nuts, pecans, walnuts, cashews, hazelnuts, those things.
Okay, what happened? Does he get,
she doesn't say what happened.
But
at 14,
he may just get diarrhea. Does he get asthma? Does he get diarrhea? Does he get pain? I mean,
okay, so anaphylactic, Dr. Wallach, he stops breathing.
Oh, that's a symptom.
Yeah, that might be something kind of serious to, you know, take note of.
The first thing he should do is avoid eating nuts.
Duh. Come on now. Let me finish. You're interrupting. So he's currently at 14, 175 pounds at 5'4". Can he ever become not allergic to tree nuts? And how do we go about this? So they are on some of the longevity products, but Dr. Wallach, so we're looking at a young man. He has allergies to tree nuts, 175 pounds, 5'4". What are your recommendations? So allergies are found in the gut or caused by a compromised digestive system. Where would you go? Where would you start?
Well, the first thing he's got to do, and the family's got to do, the whole family, okay, including himself, they've got to get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, butter, ryenos, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet one's got to go, or carbonated water's got to go. And let's see, I want him to start out with something simple. I don't believe there's tree nuts in the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. I don't think there's.
No, I don't believe so.
There's 215 nutrients in there, but I don't believe there's any nuts in there. And then, so we'd have to double check that, but I don't believe there is. And then, if he weighs 175 pounds, you say I want him to have 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per month, take a full dose twice a day. And then I also want him to have the, let's see here, Synaptive. Okay, 2 bottles of that a month, so he can take 3 twice a day so the brain cells can talk to each other. I also want him to take our kind of anti-inflammatory stuff. Okay, what do you like for anti-inflammatory stuff?
Well, the MSM is very anti-inflammatory. So is the glucogel. She did add in here that he is also asthmatic and has eczema. So
we're talking about EFAs.
We're talking EFAs for sure.
So he could have 3 times a day. I'd take 3 twice a day of the EFAs and 3 twice a day of the EFA pluses. I only weigh 142, so he could do that. Okay, and let's start there.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Wallach. That'll help just the mom get some more nutrition into her little guy so that he can start creating a different health journey. And I know, Dr. Wallach, that it's time for you to go to your next program. So thank you again so much for squeezing us in here. We love you. We appreciate you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for all you do, and thank you for the team, and thank you for all of our followers. They're really asking great questions. I'm very proud of everybody, and thank you very much. God bless.
Yes, God bless you too, Dr. Wallach. And if I can just get my co-hosts on here, folks, we provide a lot of information. Dr. Wallach speaks very quickly. I understand that. You can go and find the replays for our programs on dailywithdoc.com. There, click up there where it says health articles, and then you can select Daily with Doc. We have a lot of articles that contribute to better health that you are not going to find in many other locations. And these are tried and true recommendations by health professionals that have come over into the world of nutrition because they have realized that there is great value in it. And it helps them be a better, it's just a better practitioner in helping their clients, their patients, and holding true to that do no harm in the Hippocratic oath that they took when they became a medical professional. Again, go to dailywithdoc.com. But if you were invited by somebody specific, get back with them. They have their own way of ordering the Daily with Doc. We are here as a resource to the community as a whole, but we want to make sure that the person that brought you to this information is able to help to continue to be a resource to you and help you in getting what you need to write a better health journey. On behalf of myself, Becca Kozak, Rebecca Dukes, sorry about that, and my co-host, Sherry Browning, Marilyn Pizzera, and Ruth Ellen Sanchez, and of course, the great Dr. Joel Wallach. Thank you so much for joining us, and join us again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific time on dailywithdoc.zoom.com. If you're not following us already on Rumble or YouTube or Facebook, make sure that you do. Critical Health News, that is our channel. And we just do this because 1, we love people. 2, we know that there's better options that you're not going to hear anywhere else. 3, be empowered, folks. There is so much that you yourself can do on your own without a piece of paper prescribing you chemical. Until next time, bye for now.